Mary and Natasha. Mary and Natasha both like Kyle. They both want to go to the homecoming dance with him. Mary got to him first. "Hey Kyle, want to go to homecoming with me?" "Oh gosh. I'm actually asking someone else later today," Kyle said. Mary was furious. How could he say no to her? "Who are you asking?" Mary asked. "Natasha," he said. Mary had to do something. She couldn't let Natasha take Kyle away from her. Mary walked over to Benjamin, Kyle's best friend. "Hey Benjamin, you should ask Natasha to the homecoming dance." "Really? I don't think she likes me," he said. "She told me she likes you," Mary said. "Okay, I will ask her out." "Thanks for telling me," Benjamin said. Benjamin went up to Natasha during lunch with roses. "Natasha, will you go to the homecoming dance with me?" Benjamin asked. Natasha didn't want to go with Benjamin, but everyone was staring at them. She didn't want to embarrass him by saying no. "Yes, I'll go with you," she said. A hero. Joy, Samantha, and Maggie were walking around town. The weather was nice, everyone seemed happy, the girls had each other. Just when everything seemed perfect, the girls heard a scream. "That man just took my purse," an old lady shouted. Joy ran after the man without thinking. She was a professional track runner, so she was fast. She caught up to him easily. "Hey, give that bag back," Joy demanded. The man tried to run away, but Joy snatched the bag away from him before he could. A police officer saw the whole thing happening. "I can take it from here," he told Joy. Joy thanked him. "Next time, don't run after criminals. You might get hurt," he said. Joy gave the bag back to the old lady. The old lady was so happy and called Joy a hero. She took out her wallet and gave Joy $50. Samantha and Maggie were impressed with Joy. "You did a great thing, Joy," Samantha said. Joy blushed. She didn't feel like a hero. The next day, the city newspaper wanted to do a story and interview with Joy. Joy decided to do it, because a little part of her wanted to be famous. Afraid to cry. Dean was known as the tough guy at school. He always wore tight shirts that showed off his muscles. He always pushed the skinny kids at school. He always treated the teachers like they didn't matter. He never did his homework. He got in a lot of fights. People were afraid of him, and Dean loved it. Dean's world turned upside down when his brother passed away. He still went to class. His English teacher was talking about Shakespeare, whom Dean's brother admired. Hearing about Shakespeare reminded Dean of his own brother. His eyes started to water. He didn't want anyone to see him cry. He got up from his desk. "Dean, you can't get up while I am teaching," Mr. Chen said. Everyone stared at Dean. Everyone could see the tears in his eyes. They laughed at him. Dean ran out of the classroom. Mr. Chen followed him and sat down with him. "Dean, it's okay to cry. Something tragic happened. Go ahead and cry." Dean put his head on Mr. Chen's shoulder and cried out loud. It was the first time he cried in front of someone. It was the first time he didn't act tough. The best donut on earth. Ginny was obsessed with donuts. She had her first donut when she was 5 years old. It was from a gas station. Ginny was crying, and her dad was trying to get her to be quiet. He gave her a donut, and Ginny immediately stopped crying. Ginny has tried 20 different donut shops and hundreds of different flavors. Some of her favorite donut flavors included chocolate, banana, and regular glazed. Her friend, Rebecca, knows how much she likes donuts, so she recommended her a place. It's called Dough Nutty. It's known to be the best donut on earth, Rebecca said. What's so good about it? Ginny asked. They're really fresh, and they use a type of sugar that is good for you, Rebecca said. Ginny was going to check the shop out. Dough Nutty was an hour away from Ginny's house. Her brother made fun of her for driving so far just to eat donuts. When Ginny and Rebecca got there, the store was closed. The girls felt so frustrated. They decided to get donuts at the gas station nearby. It was not the best, but it was still pretty good. Losing a loved one. Abby lost her mom yesterday. Her mom got into a car accident. A drunk driver hit her mom's car. The drunk driver is now in jail. Abby visited the jail to make him feel bad. You know what you did, right? Abby asked. The drunk driver nodded and said, I'm sorry. He started crying. Sorry is not going to bring my mom back. Your carelessness took away my mom. The drunk driver continued to cry. I drank because I was feeling lonely. Abby was mad and left the jail. She didn't want to see his face ever again. She wanted him to go to jail for life. Abby could barely wake up. She requested to take a week off her work. She loved her job, but she could not stop thinking about her mom. Abby's husband told her to do something instead of watching TV all day. Abby agreed with him. It was time for her to start doing something productive. She wanted to do something that would make her mom proud. Abby created a program to prevent drunk driving. She wanted to give drunk people free rides. Abby visited colleges, clubs, and bars all across the country to encourage people not to drive when drinking.